exciting one. Of course, it is Dendy time after all. But more importantly, Wildcard showing off their new roster with Yuara and MSS. And, of course, my boy Lil Nick, who I feel like I haven't seen in such a long time, but he's here as well. It's going to be an exciting match.
Yeah, some really, really popular names on both sides. On one side from NA, on other from not necessarily NA, but imported. Imported NA boys.
Bot lane. Single file. They're going to find Lowdyne here. Try to make a run for it by the tier 1. The blood right. Oh, it's going to land.
Come on.
Sammy gets him. He went for a tango.
Come on, that's it. There is no way.
He ate the tango. I think that's what kind of messed him up.
That was so close.
Yeah.
Like he almost lived with that blink. Nicely tried by him at least. Sadly enough, it didn't really work.
Uh-oh. Sammy's complaining about his lights.
Yeah, our lights are fine.
Our lights are fine, I believe.
Yeah,
Sammy,
all good.
he likes to put on these like blood red lights, so he gets into this like murderous intent. And they're just white today, sadly. Very translucent, I believe, for Sammy, from what I saw. But
Dendy has cool lights. Like, what
Dendy.
the hell is that?
He's a big time streamer.
He's in a spaceship.
Why not? Space theme always seems
Why the
nice.
hell not? I agree. I say the same. Yeah, like analysts on our dear panel, Mr. Fear, Mr. Panda, I guess Nomad as well. They were talking about this Pugna, and like I know it's a hard game for Pugna, but it could work. Like it's one of those heroes that actually in the last patch was played quite a bit on position 5.
Yeah.
Like perhaps not in Division 1 that often, but it was picked. It was picked in Europe pubs as well.
We'll see how it goes. We'll start with the mid lane at least for now. Dendy and Alone going to be going at it here. The Puck versus Primal Beast. Because they did point out in the panel how often Dendy's been playing this Primal Beast, and he does seem to love the hero. From what I saw in 201, the man does tend to have quite a bit of impact on this mid Primal as well. What do you think, though, against the Puck matchup? Do you feel like there's any kind of advantage here between these two teams?
I guess if you're Puck, you should be able to get away from him easily, right? Once he goes on you with Trample. You also have your ulti to deal with him later on. I feel like Puck kind of messes with him a bit until the BKBs are up. And then the things change, obviously. Then you can actually jump on top of Puck, utilize your ult against him. Primal is great against all of these glass cannons that he can get on top of.
Bottom lane, a bit of action as Lowdyne. It's kind of trying to mess around here with MSS and Lil Nick, but it's forced to blink away. We'll be just fine in doing so. Obviously, MSS can't really lock him down, even with the cogs. Blink Strike will always be available for Lowdyne.
Yeah, definitely.
What about that top lane? Like, you've got Yuara and Sammy there on the Disruptor and Bloodseeker against Storminant on that Pugna. Of course, Funnick on his famous Beastmaster. Yeah, hold that thought, because mid lane, Dendy's going to go for a bit of a charge, looking for that Water Room secure, and he does get it. Looks like Lowdyne took the other one.
How famous is it?
This Beastmaster?
Yeah.
Oh, he loves it. Funnick, he played this quite a lot during 201.
I mean, historically, he's been a pretty good Beastmaster.
Yeah.
Like, but when I think of Funnick, what else comes to my mind? Clockwork, perhaps, too, you know?
Yeah. We're talking about the Na'Vi days?
Yeah. Oh, good old days.
The good old days.
The days before the 1%, if you know what that is.
1%?
Yeah, the Moon Squad.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Probably for the best.
Yeah, I think so. I don't delve into that degeneracy you're talking about, whatever the hell it is.
Well, you phrased it that way, not me.
Well, I don't even know what you're talking about, so I'm just going to assume it's degenerate.
Sure. It's not as degenerate as your animes, but yeah.
Right. It's about there, though. All right. Well, 0-1, Wildcard in the lead right now. Very slight net worth lead their way. Again, Dendy's having a very good time in the mid lane at the moment on that Primal Beast. 16-5. You are farming pretty freely on the Bloodseeker at the moment, top lane. Just no contest whatsoever towards this man. So it feels like it's been a while since we've seen you are playing pro. And speaking of the devil, they are going to make the jump in on Funnick. A little glimpse back there from Sammy, but well, they went Oh, they might have the damage to chase. Looks like you are. Thinks better of it. We'll let Funnick go. But this lane is quite dangerous. I mean, you pointed this out last series, but this Disruptor, like just having the Glimpse up instead of the Thunderstrike, like it's just so much damage and you tend to get caught off guard with it.
Yeah, because you also eat a couple of right clicks afterwards, right? Like that's an additional problem. Look at this.
Yeah, Floodright connects, Kinetic Field set up, and Yuwa, Glimpse is there. Funnick, Yuwa, he will secure. Pretty big pick off here for Wildcard.
Do you think that maybe if the boar was hitting Bloodseeker, he could have lived?
Highly doubtful, but maybe.
Because it was a level 2 boar, but yeah, okay.
Sammy's going to survive. Fairy Fire is there.
Yeah.
He did jabate pretty hard. Stominanen, though, also kind of jabating, going the other way. You are still trying to find out where the hell this Pugna's gone, but ultimately will not have enough to chase him down. So Stominen's going to be just fine.
Yeah, the Disruptor survives. The boar and the Pugna stronger than Pugna and the Beastmaster in this lane, it seems like.
Yeah. Glimpse back again. Stominanen. He's all right.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So 0-2. Very slight net worth lead again the way of Wildcard. I think the thing is, you look at the laning stage and every lane's basically gone their way. Like top 3 CS, the DP Puck, and the Bloodseeker. You know that old saying, like you win all your lanes, you tend to just win the game outright. Wildcard, they're having a very smooth laning stage, to say the least.
So far it's smooth, yeah. You're not winning them that hard for that to actually be applied here, but you are winning. Dandy is already rotating top. This is an interesting one. He's not even level 6.
He does this a lot. I'm not sure why they do it prior to the level 6 mark, but every time he hits level 5, like just a few creeps away from level 6, he'll rotate.
I'm thinking maybe it has something to do with bottom lane.
Stonebank's gone. Just deleted here by MSS and Lil Nick.
Yeah.
Not the easiest lane for a drow, right? Like you get caught by that cogs, you're just as good as dead.
Yeah, you always kind of have to make sure to keep that gust on. To perhaps use it against Lock, but when you're level 4, you don't even have it skilled, so difficult to use it if you don't have it skilled, usually.
Yeah. Very, very true. MSS rotating mid lane for a moment. Dendy's going to be just fine to walk away, though. MSS actually taking the regen rune himself, so just making sure not to hand it over to the Primal Beast. Dendy has hit the level 6 mark, so you do have that Pulverize now available if you wanted to try and make a rotation, but seems like he hasn't quite found the opening. Rotations in from Lowdine and the Ricky, but there's not really much he can do. Now Dreamcaller being committed to MSS, he can show up.
Nice smoke.
He will go for the battery assault into the cogs. Dendy going to have that onslaught basically cancelled immediately, and they're just going to dive right in. There's nothing the Ricky can do to save. In fact, Lowdine now needs to be very cautious because Malone wants to keep going. Stominanen does show up to make sure they can't keep diving this Ricky. And he will be just fine to survive. But that's your mid-primal beast just gone.
They go for the Pugna.
Why not?
You know what? Like, I'm looking at this draft and thinking how I would feel if I had Pugna plus Ricky as my 2 supports.
It's so rough, man. Like, who's rotating? Like, the best they can do is secure roots for you, but even then, you get dive like that. Like, Wildcard, no. Every time they dive Dendy, there's not really any saving it. Dendy's going to onslaught in, trample, pulverize, and alright, never mind.
He's got him.
Alone goes down. Maybe that's the trick. Just make the jump before they can jump you.
Yeah, pretty nice one as well. I didn't expect Puck to be dying solo to Primal this early on, but yeah, he does it from the fog. He was really quick, and Puck was really, really low.
Bot lane, Stonebank, he's very low right now. Lowdine tanking most of the battery assault though, doing a great job of it. So MSS, he can't finish the job off.
Will they turn? No, they won't. I was thinking maybe they'll turn because Lil Nick moved away.
Dendy. Rupture is there onto the Primal Beast. Bit of an unfortunate circumstance considering he wants to walk around with that trample, but he just can't.
And he did a little bit.
He did.
Then he was like, yeah, I'm hurting myself.
Alone, mid lane, gonna find the Ricky. Lowdine, gonna blink strike away just in the nick of time. He's gonna be okay for now. They do have the rocket flare, but it wouldn't be enough damage anyway. And there
he
you go.
goes in.
Alone. I mean, the vision's always good.
Yeah, and the rocket gave him just enough vision to decide whether to jump or not, and jump he did.
Beautiful.
Stomanen.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He's all right. But now there's a 2k net worth lead already 8.5 minutes in.
Tower is under attack.
The thing is, like, again, the top 3 net worth of the board right now, they're on the side of Wildcard.
Bottom tower has
It's,
fallen.
well, Bane are going to try and rotate. Dendy and Stomanen, they're going to group up. Rotations up towards the north. See if they can find Yuwa or Sammy. Sammy obviously wants to try and just break the smoke and tank the gank if he can.
Under attack.
Do they have any idea this is happening?
Doesn't look that way at the moment, but Puck is rotating in as well, so no
Prep.
one is showing on the map, right? Like you should have an idea.
Well, Yua's going to bait for his team. Alone will stay behind and just wait for that right moment. There's your option route. It's going to connect onto Funnick. They're the ones, again, that are going to try and be the aggressors here as they do make the jump in onto the Beastmaster. Dendy will onslaught through, but connects on absolutely zero. MSS, he'll keep going onto Funnick, but the Raw has been committed. Still going to be a 1-for-1 in the favor of Wildcard as they do give up the clockwork for the Beastmaster. Still a successful team fight, you'd have to argue, for the side of the Dire. So they do smoke up.
Yeah, they defend the tower, right? Like they defend the tower, trade 4 for
Dendy,
3.
Pulverize out, is going to find Sammy.
Gets a free one. Puck is around, but not enough mana. Even with the Arcane Rune, like you can't really do a ton. I don't know, like right now, it definitely feels like Wildcard are in a ton of control, even though that top was a trade, 2 for 1. Still, they have this Dead Prophet that's literally just sitting down bottom. Lil Nick is pretty much uncontested.
Dire's structures
When you look at the
are
net worth, he's what, second?
Dire's
First right now. Why won't he be first? Like he's alone in the lane for the last 2-3 minutes.
Yeah.
Took that tower. My question is like, will they be able to reach the Drow successfully in these mid-game fights? That's what I'm looking for.
Oh, smoke is there. Stomanen, he was trying to be in position to break any smoke's incoming, but a nice wraparound for Wildcard. They do make it into that triangle of the Radiant.
tower is under attack.
Not going to find anyone there yet, so instead they're going to head towards the south, the north, and maybe find Funnick. Oh, Funnick, he's going to show himself as well. Not what you want to see. As the Beastmaster, as he does get Dream called up, he will try to just hide in the tree line, and actually he's getting away with it.
Maybe he can... He was actually trying to roar there as well.
Glimpse back. But Wildcard, they don't feel safe doing this. They do actually back off.
Yeah, it's like one of those situations where you take too much time
Tower is under attack.
forcing a kill, and you're also under a tier 1 tower. I'm surprised they didn't get punished. I'm surprised there was no TP from like Dendy and Ricky and whatnot.
Under attack.
But you look at Ricky, he's not even level 5, minute 12. Just let this man farm somewhere. Forget about him. He wants his shard, but
Hawk, it's there onto Dendy. They've got the Primal Beast once again. He cannot onslaught away from that clockwork. He does try at the very least, but he is just going to drop.
you can't do it, right? Like,
No. I don't believe you can time it at all. Maybe a split second, but you'd be a pretty short onslaught. So onto the Drow they go. That's going to be a huge one. Stonebank once again being picked off here, though does get a nice gust off, but the
Rocket.
Rocket Flare, no.
raindrop.
Raindrops do come in clutch. Still, he does stick around by the tier 2 tower.
There's a ward on him, he doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
Yeah, if that ward wasn't there, maybe he even somehow jukes, but the ward made it just impossible to do so. And they rotate that Prophet mid. Now with the mech, almost Greaves completed. I believe Lil Nick is more than ready to take down the tier 1 tower. I don't think you even need to use your ulti. Like, yeah, they just right-click it down.
Yeah, Wildcard so far having a very, very strong game 1. Because I made the comment quite a couple times where I feel like Nouns and Wildcard both
Middle tower.
could put up a fight for that top 2 spot during the DPC of NA for 2-2.
Even with the new roster
Which one?
of Wildcard.
Yeah, I feel like this new roster's much
Better?
stronger.
Okay.
You wouldn't agree?
No, I would. I'm just asking. It's different, that's all.
Radiant's
Right.
middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Wild card. 3 to 11. Again, looking very, very dominant as they are going to smoke up again. Guardian Greaves now up on Lil Nick, though he hasn't joined his team whatsoever, but
Dire are
kind of like you said, like he's just able to free farm. They're just free farm.
Yeah, but eventually you kind of have to use it, right? Like, and this is pretty much where he starts using his net worth. Because Bloodseeker is now on bottom lane, he's farming. You can actually start doing stuff with the Death Prophet and the rest.
Panic. Gonna get spotted again. MSS, he's gonna hook onto the board. Dream Call doesn't land either. Whoops. Oh, they really showed that boar at the very least. Won't be coming back anytime soon, I'm sure.
The spirit of Soshka lives on.
Oh,
They just wanted the boar, really. That's what it is.
they got him good.
That's it.
Well, 3 to 11 now.
Like, overall, I just want to see this Bloodseeker into Drow matchup later on, playoff. Unless the game completely breaks with that Prophet just getting level 12, dominating, taking Rosh and then pressuring them too hard. Like, you have the Rupture against the Drow, so she can't really move around, but then again,
Oh, Dendi. They will not leave this man alone. Exorcism popped as well. Not very necessary here from Lil Nick, but
got him. Can they use it for maybe... Nah, they can't, right?
still level 1.
Yep.
Not really enough damage, I don't think, for Roshan.
Yeah. They don't want to risk it, right? Like, in this game, you're in control. Doing something rash as Rosh would probably just give him a chance to come back.
Funnick. Gonna avoid the gank attempt coming in from MSS. Still having a look around. Sleeping Dart, meanwhile, out from Lowdine. They're gonna find the puck now.
He's
Silence
blocked.
is there as well. He is stuck between that tree line. But no, he's not gonna be able to get away. Phase shift was there, but not quite long enough to avoid the onslaught from Dendi. MSS. Well, he's gonna get slept as well here by Lowdine. That'll be the roar out from Funnick to just ensure they can secure this kill, and they will.
Disruptor as well, look at that.
Yeah, I mean, they're showing signs of fighting back here, Bait. Danny going to be off the mark with the onslaught this time around. This little glimpse back there from Sammy as well, but he's going to open a little bit of damage here onto the tier 2 top tower.
tower is under
Yeah, Lil Nick just wasn't really able to help or connect. That's one of the issues with Samson.
He's called out again. Lowdine. Chase him down. Blink strikes are there. Sammy eventually will die. Looks like MSS will try to punish him for this. And they will get away with it.
Yeah.
Maybe more. Hook shots off cooldown in 1 second.
They might be able to go on top, but no power cogs, no battery assault.
is under attack.
Well, that'll be that. 5k advantage being left here for Wildcard. And the thing is, like, while all this is happening, Yawar is just freely farming.
Stonebank is as well. It's not only Avar, right? Like, both of these carries are just farming up. Obviously, Yawar has a bit more in his pocket, and he's getting really close to that BKB. The moment he gets it, he's completely ready to fight. Meanwhile, on the draw, like, the pike kinda gets you there, but not really. Like, it gives you the mobility that's needed versus the clock, but still, you're playing into Dream Coil, into Rupture.
Oh, hook shot. MSS, he got the dominant creep at the very least, and actually survives. Stominant, trying for the TP play out, is going to get glimpsed back here by Sammy. Lil Nick to take the kill on the Death Prophet. 4-0-1 now on the DP. Bay once again forced to back off.
Right now, with the Greaves and with the ulti level 2 of that Prophet, you could force Aegis, like, force Rosh, that is.
Dendi. Rupture is there. Is there any stun? Not
Someone was TPing bottom, but Bloodseeker went in a little bit too fast, too soon.
Yes, they did.
Yeah. If he had like a Disruptor or anything to break that TP with, then it's an easy kill.
It was alone TPing as well in the puck, but he did have Dream Coil. Just couldn't get there in time for sure. And so with that, 4-star at the very least now available on Stonebank. So he is getting to the point where he can start joining his team for these fights as well as the Drow. Still very hard against the Bloodseeker though. Like, you get ruptured as a Drow, there's really no way out. But speaking of that Bloodseeker, you are caught for a moment. Is going to be okay to BKB and run.
Yeah, at the same time, they did catch Ricky in the river around the pit. So a Ricky for a BKB charge on the other side. I think that's a fair trade.
Coil? I mean, maybe you can fight a bit more though. Funnick. He'll break the coil, but he is completely surrounded. Maybe not so much of a fair trade anymore.
Yeah. From this point, probably not. They are pinging Rosh. I feel like it could be a decent idea if they could set up a fight around it. But you really have to be careful. Now there's a BKB on Dandy. If you go into the pit, you're pretty much guaranteed to have drowned that high ground, just nasty and difficult to reach.
And they weren't fighting the Roshan pit yet.
Yeah, probably a more disciplined approach, this one.
Yeah. Good timing as well, because Dandy's got the BKB up now. So, got that little bit of a power spike here for the Primal Beast. Regen Rune going to be picked up there by Alone.
Yeah, we'll have a couple of BKBs, right? Like on Dandy, on Bloodseeker, on that Prophet as well. In what, 200 gold? 100 gold.
BKB is very important, Sammy. There is a smoke, bait. They're going to try and move into that dire jungle now. Head up towards the top lane where they could find Yawar, but he is backing off at that exact right moment. TP away, and they aren't going to see it. He's just fine.
Yep, move straight into the triangle, continues farming. Can they maybe have a different prize? Probably not. The tier 1 on the mid lane is making smokes just too difficult. Like, if you take down the tier 1, it becomes much easier to take different paths, and it's kind of harder to read as well that you've smoked.
Well, now there's going to be a counter smoke from Wildcard. BKB is up on Lil Nick.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
They do get the tier 1 top tower here for the side of bait, so that's tier 2 tower gone. Nice tower to take, but Wildcard, they are still on the chase. Funnick, oh, he's going to get spotted. Glimpse is there. Static Storm to be dropped. They've got the Beastmaster held down, but there is a team on the way. Funnick, he has already gone down. Onslaught is out though. Dendy will go after Sammy and does pick off one. Meanwhile, Lil Nick, they both popped their BKBs trying to force the fight.
Oh, the hook shot.
Oh, it's perfect.
On point.
Stonebank, he is just going to get dropped.
Straight into the pit.
Absolutely.
Bottom tower is under attack.
And it's like, what do you do as bait?
Really nicely done by Mojo. And gets that hook shot from the high ground. He was just waiting for the draw.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Still chasing for more, Alone making sure that nobody's around to try and go for a Roshan still. I mean, maybe Dendy could try with the Onslaught, but isn't going to bother. Meanwhile, Lowdine also going to get caught here on the Ricky. Will go down.
They have more than enough damage between the three of them. Like, yeah, the Hawk will go in to scout it out, but that's about it. You can't really steal it.
I mean, Dendy's just at the bot lane now, just not even bothered with this. So 7 to 19, 7k advantage here for Wildcard. This, I mean, they're looking stronger and stronger as time goes on. Like, you talked about the Drow, and Stonebank is still finding that farm, but you just see every team fight. They seem to have the ways to just deal with this man. Without the BKB up, he just can't really stand there and fight.
Yeah, I'm wondering how much is it going to change with the BKB, because you can still get ruptured.
True.
Right? Like, you'll have some ability, you'll have some BKB, but after that, you need a ton of damage too. You need to be that... Okay, so you've made yourself not a glass cannon anymore, now you have to actually become the cannon.
That is the case.
It's like, as long as you can hit harder than they can hit you, and you can perhaps win a couple of these fights. Take down the Bloodseeker as he's just mindlessly rushing at you, which will happen.
Dire's middle
But
tower
a bit of group up here on the bottom side of the map. Dendy does actually have a blink up now on the Primal Beast. On the Courier. Could be the initiation they require to go after UR.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Towards the north, Lodine trying to get some sleeping darts off. Does throw one onto Alone, but he's just fine. Meanwhile, Dendy did try for UR, but doesn't really have the damage output.
He popped the BKB. Obviously, he has the Aegis, so he could have wasted that instead, but decides to go top, rupture the dragon.
I mean, why not? Plenty of gold there with the dragon.
If it doesn't get denied, right?
I mean, the rupture is going to wear off. He's going to try and deny it with the boar. Boar's literally doing no damage to it. It's
Yeah.
actually out healing the damage it's dealing.
Yeah, Clockwork was trying to actually get it.
They won't get it.
Yeah, he was trying to rocket flare the dragon, but... Okay, so they waste another charge of BKB, down to 7 seconds on Yawar.
Is that like quite detrimental in this kind of game?
I mean, you're playing into a Pugna, right? Into a Ricky. It doesn't feel great to be wasting them for no reason. Like, you'd much rather, if you're buying this BKB early on and you have an advantage, you'd much rather win fights with it,
Radiant's top
obviously, than use it defensively 2-3 times in a row. But
Dire's bottom
it's
tower
nothing
is under
crazy in this game.
Right.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
The top tier one's going to go down.
Tower has fallen.
No real contest. Snominen's trying to push in the bottom tier one. It's a bit of a slow process here, even with the Pugna. Just got to be very careful not to get caught. Group up in the mid lane here from the side of Wildcard. Oh, and they might find Stonebank. He does reveal himself in the tree line. Rocket Flare's going to give the vision. They have dropped the Static Storm instead onto Lodine, so they've settled for the Ricky instead. But the chase
They
is
do
still
have
going.
glimpse, yeah.
Glimpse is there. Lil Nick giving the vision over, forcing the BKB up from the Drow. Stonebank will survive, but well, there's that defensive BKB usage that you talked about just a moment ago.
Yeah. At least he survives, but they really want to use the Aegis timer. They have Aegis for another minute and a half, so they pop the Exo, go mid.
Funnick, under vision, alone, Dream Coil. He's not going to get it off in time.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
This
Lost
opens
vision.
up mid, maybe.
Has fallen.
No? Okay. I was thinking, okay, you see the puck top, you also use Dream Coil, you instantly strike mid. You try to win that fight 4v5. But, yeah, they decided not to. Or they decided to fight, but a little bit too late.
Oh, Wildcard. They're going to find a nice arcane rune there for Alone. 7k advantage still stands. I mean, you are still completely out of control here in terms of net worth. Like you said, though, Aegis is about to expire, so that could be a massive opening for Bait. Like, we'll see if they can try to capitalize off that Aegis timing. Lodine,
Dire's top
not going to be spotted on the Ricky. Instead, though, they might find Stonebank, but he's also okay. Sammy, get some wards down. He's going to find Stominen. Static Storm dropped. Glimpse is there, but it's all off the mark. Sammy needs to back the hell out of there. Chase is on, though. They have caught him. They'll take him out. In fact, now you are. BKB in time. He's going to be all right, but the Onslaught is out. You are. He'll pop the Rupture onto Deadney. That's going to be enough for him to back off. But
They have
no,
Roar.
they did sleep him up. They do have the Roar available. Yuara is still in danger. Trying on the backside, though, Dendi does get taken out. Yuara is still healthy. It's only funny trying to chase him down at the moment of the Beastmaster.
They're even turning this.
And they might just turn it. Realizing they've got the team fight in the bag, they will just turn it right back around.
Yeah, Mojo Man is just the MVP of this game so far.
Yeah.
Like, with the Clockwork, he's making some sick plays. Even here, he breaks the fight in half, stops the Drow from killing off the Bloodseeker, and also isolates the Beastmaster afterwards. On point with the Clockwork. You must be really happy watching a good Clock performance.
It is beautiful to watch.
Yeah.
That's the thing, like, that's the beauty of this hero, right? Like, you can hookshot in, you can pop a cogs, and you can literally, like, split a team fight up in half.
Yeah, you can change the game completely, or you can just be missing hooks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is generally what happens with me.
There is no way I trust that.
No. Well, you're too nice, Morton. Yeah. So 8-22 now, 9k advantage. Very, like, I don't want to say slow game, but Bait, they've been quite silent, right? Like, nothing's really worked out their way. Usually it's Dendy roaming across the map, fighting all the pickoffs, but he's obviously had a pretty rough game himself in the Primal Beast. Wildcard continue to be the ones that try to get aggressive here from the dire end of things, just moving back towards the south.
Yeah, and the advantage is rising. It went from 7 to 9k. It's not something... It's not a hill they can't climb over, right? Like, it's still possible to come back into this game. But it's getting rougher, when it comes to net worth at least. Do you like the Lincoln's pickup from the Bloodseeker, like Yavar has it queued up?
Well, hold that thought. Static Storm has caught out a Pugna. Meanwhile, they found the Drow. Stonebank trying to go for a bit of a run. MSS looking for that angle for the hook shot is going to land onto somebody, and it's going to be the Pugna.
Yeah, they get the gem. They have 2 gems now. And they get Ricky. Now he can't hide for sure.
Pretty rough. Double gem available on MSS. Just in case. That's a very tough position again for Bait, just losing more and more of their advantage.
Yeah, suddenly 12k.
Do I like the Lincoln Sphere? I mean, I guess the only thing that can really hold him down is the Roar, right?
Yeah.
It's like, you can still break the Lincolns with the Sleeping Dart, but I don't know, like, it seems decent.
Yeah, I think so too. Tanks him up a little bit. Like, he's gonna get the damage and the attack speed in fights anyway, so... Just make sure that he can actually hit. Maybe a bit too defensive, but... I believe it should work.
It's like, it doesn't feel like they're lacking damage or anything, that's the thing. Like, as long as he's allowed to run around and do whatever he wants in a team fight, he's gonna have a great old time.
Here comes a 4-man smoke.
But Sammy's in a great position. He'll break the smoke.
Welcome. Take my life.
Yeah. In fact, he falls stuffs away.
Will he live?
Oh, he actually makes it out. Well, that's just demoralizing if you're Bait. It doesn't get much worse than that. You can't even pick off the Pos 5 Disruptor.
And he broke your smoke. It's like, these smokes, when you're this far behind, are so important.
Alone. Bit of a pushback there onto the Ricky, and the Glimpse is going to be enough.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. That's so rough.
Yeah, when you're playing from behind, you really want that smoke to connect at least on 1 or 2 cores.
Dream calls there as well. They found out Funnick. They'll force the BKB from the Beastmaster. Alone. He will get roared up, but where's the follow-up? It's just not there. Rupture now committed onto Dendy. He's forced to BKB and try to do something, but he can't really do too much. He'll try to walk away, onslaught, but he's just killing himself.
He just accepted his fate.
I mean, I guess he may as well stun them before he dies. But that's going to be another couple down here for the side of Bait. And, I mean, Wildcard, they just have complete control of this game.
Yeah. Looks like Bait is really crumbling at this point. And another Exorcism used to win a fight instantly into the pit. This time around, like, it's going to expire. They won't deal a lot of damage to the Roche with it, but it doesn't matter because Bait can't fight it. So, you can take your time. I'm looking at like, Bait and thinking, what's gonna change? What item changes things for them? Like, Drow is getting a Scuddy. Looks cool, but I don't think it changes much.
No.
Maybe Diagonim's on Primal, but...
I mean, I agree with you. I don't really think much is changing in this game. It's a pretty rough affair. Like, it's like, you get to the point of the game where it's like, can we actually even win this game anymore? Like, the answer is yes, they certainly can, but it's... You're relying on quite a lot to make that happen.
Yeah.
Low died, he's not even going to be able to TP here.
Dandy.
Meanwhile, Dendy, getting ruptured up, is going to die once again.
He blinked in 2 of them.
Oh.
Dream Coil.
Gonna connect on 2. Funnick pops the Roar, but the Lincolns will block it. That's why you buy the Lincolns of the Bloodseeker. You are maybe going a little bit too far, needs to find a way out now. Is going to die at least the first time. That of the Aegis God. Meanwhile, Stominant, he is going to drop with the Pugna. You are. Is he actually in danger? They'll go for the trample with the Linkens again. Is going to break through the Pulverize.
Can they take down Dandy now?
They're going to try, and it seems like they can.
That's a dieback.
That is an immediate dieback for Dendy. Tips out as well from Sammy. He has no remorse, this guy.
Yeah, 90 seconds on the sidelines. I feel like you asked, can they win it? I think they can, but only if they're doing what they did just there. Like, only if Clockwork goes all the way in.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, he has a shard, so it's simple for him to run away.
Coil committed as well. They're going to fight Stonebank.
Oh, damn.
I mean, they're just rubbing salt in the wound now, Wildcard.
Yeah.
Tips out for their puck. Alone. Very, very happy puck at the moment.
That's a tilt-inducing dive from the puck right there.
Oh, absolutely. Rupture is out. Yawar. Low Diet is going to die. Stonebank. That's very far forward, sir. He'll be all right. They'll four-staff him away, but that Rax is still going to find itself in danger. Very hard to see them being able to protect this one. Stominant. Stominant's just going to drop behind the Ancient. At least they will get MSS.
All Wildcard need to do right now is back off. And that's it. Like, you win the game, I guess, like 99%. Because you just forced a buyback from the draw. He didn't really get anything. His item progression is just ruined from this point onwards. Why stick around? Just move back. That's it. Move back, reset, get all your resources and fight again.
$29K advantage now as well. Like, it's so tough.
Yeah, and the draw was actually keeping up fairly well with the net worth of the enemy team, but of enemy cores. But after that buyback, after that last fight, yeah, he's gone. Stonebank is, yeah, he might complete the Skadi, but that will be it.
Speaking of Skadi, Yua's going for a Skadi himself now on the Bloodseeker.
And it's much, I believe it's much better on him too in this game.
Yeah.
Like, just sticking on top of the draw will be much easier.
Just no running from this bad. Well, they're taking it easy here, Wildcard. They're not gonna rush for anything. It's kind of like you said. You back off. You keep growing the net worth lead. No real need to force anything if you don't need to.
They will. I think the moment the Skadi is completed, or maybe even sooner.
Dendy.
Yeah, you see an opportunity, you go.
But Dendy's trying to hide.
He's got a blink and a BKB, right? So
They just want the vision for the Glimpse. Dendy did get spotted. Will blink towards the south. Little Nick gonna find him. Glimpse is there. Just in the nick of time.
oh, he's gonna die now even.
Yeah, I mean, he pops the BKB after the TP. Just
It was a nice attempt from him, like blinking just behind the trees. It was an interesting idea, because he thought that they would think he went right. Hook.
Oh, they found Stonebank. Dreamcall's gonna land. They've got the Drow Ranger. Not again. He's gonna BKB up, but there's just no surviving. Is it time?
I think so.
Yeah, it might be time. I mean,
It might be time, yeah. 100 seconds without the draw.
they're just diving in now, past the tier 3 towers. They've got the Beastmaster. He'll pop his BKB and just jump away with the Ogre Seal Totem. He will survive. Funnick is alright for now, but maybe not so much. Midrax is going to drop. No calls being made yet here from Bait. But they've got 75 seconds without this Drow Ranger.
Maybe they're thinking if they decide to go for 3 sides instead of the throne, maybe we can defend the last one. One last fight in them, perhaps. It's possible. But man, this was a beatdown.
Yeah.
The game looked kinda even after the laning stage. And then it just completely fell apart. MSS with a couple of sick hook plays, just breaking team fights apart.
That's what I was saying, like this wildcard roster, like just seems so much stronger going into 2-2. He's got the axe up now, the clockwork as well. Here comes the rocket player spam.
just gives so much vision. It's not even the damage. It's been nerfed a bit, but
Radiant's top
it doesn't matter. You can still fire like 3 or 4 of those.
Dream calls out. They got Deadly. The Primal Beast pops his BKB. Wanted to try to avoid the leash being broken by the Glips, but the BKB amounts to nothing.
now have victory.
Jump in alone. He's not done. Just chipping away at the.
And they got Megas, but they got Drow
Yeah.
on the other side. Let's go.
Oh, the game's not over quite yet. Beta not calling it. It's pretty hard to see them being able to make a comeback into this game, but they are trying. Glimpse is there. Dendi gonna get ruptured up here by Yuwa. Will just stand his ground for now. Meanwhile, Static Storm is gonna land onto the Ricky. Still, in goes alone. They found Dendi once again on the Primal Beast. He's gonna go down. No buyback available. Now MSS. Look at the Hawk. Right on target. Every single time he sees Stoneback, he just goes right in. And that's it. They finally call it. GG is called. A wildcard, I mean, it was a... I want to say it was a pretty convincing game one.
Yeah, it was a bit of a roughie for Dandy and the boys.